Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another video on Disney Dreamlight Valley. So, I'm sure most of us have lengthy wish lists for characters that we'd love to see join this game, and, well, I'm no exception to that. If I were to make a video on every character that I ever wanted for Disney Dreamlight Valley, I think that video would probably be like an hour long. So I thought an interesting twist on this sort of video would be to talk about characters that I'd love to see, but probably won't make the cuts. Because, I don't know, it'd be kind of interesting to see how many of you actually do want some of these characters. And I think they're kind of interesting characters to talk about that are a bit off the beaten path, I guess you could say. So the first character I'd like to talk about is none other than Varian from Tangled, the animated series. So I've been watching it for the first time, and I'm 5 episodes into season 2, so there's a few good candidates from this series that'd be great residents for the Valley, like Cass, Lance Strongbow, or Adira, but I want to go with one character per franchise, and I feel like Varian is the best one. Not just because I like him the most, but I also think he would have an interesting role to play. He has a talent for alchemy, which could be used in gameplay because we do have a few potions as of a couple of updates ago, but Varian would be a good reason to take it a step further and also use its own unique object instead of crafting it the same way you do a chair. In particular, there is that pink gooey substance he uses a couple of times where you could maybe use that to trap villagers, kind of like in Animal Crossing there's that pitfall where they get stuck in a hole for a little bit. So I think that would be a funny way to like add some more chaos and humor into the mix. So he's pretty cool. Why do I think he has a very low chance of making it into Dreamlight Valley? Well, if he was in the original Tangled movie, I don't think he'd even be in this video. Especially if he did play a somewhat significant role and was still voiced by Jeremy Jordan, who, by the way, played Win on Supergirl, then I think his chances would be very high, maybe even a shoo-in. But since he's only in this animated series that is really slept on, I think nobody's really going to join Rapunzel and Eugene once they are added into the game. So yeah, that's an unfortunate missed opportunity. It would be really cool if they do branch out into some animated series material, but yeah, most people know the movie, so I assume they will stick with that. The game is still in early access at the time of making this video, so I can understand them sticking to the most popular characters for the time being, but I'm saying even in the far future, I still don't think Varian has a good chance. But hey, if you like Tangled at all, I strongly suggest you watch the Tangled animated series. It's also known as Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure. It seems like it was just renamed through season 2 onward, but it is all on Disney Plus if you want to binge it, because the first 15 episodes are overall pretty good, but when you get to episode 16 with that two-parter, that's when things get really interesting, and there's actual stakes and consequences. It makes me kind of glad that Tangled didn't get a sequel, because I feel like this animated series is a better follow-up than, say, what Frozen 2 was for the first Frozen. The next character I want to talk about is Honey Lemon from Big Hero 6. Ideally, I'd love for all of the Big Hero 6 characters to get into Dreamlight Valley, but realistically speaking, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know if Big Hero 6 is quite popular enough for the developers to go to the effort to put all of them in, so I feel like just like with Disney Infinity, we'll only get Hero and Baymax, and Honey Lemon would definitely be my most wanted Big Hero 6 character after those two. But yeah, I just feel like she probably won't make the cut. I would love to be wrong and see the whole Big Hero 6 cast, but yeah, I don't know. Unless they really do add more characters from existing franchises farther down the line. Hopefully any Big Hero 6 characters make it in at all, because they'd be a great use of the Dream Styles feature, where you're able to change the character's outfit. Because with Big Hero 6 characters, you could choose between having them in their civilian wear or their superhero costumes. Alright, so some people are probably gonna really hate me for including this character on this list, but Kovu from The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. I just rewatched this movie the other day for the first time in about 20 years, and I enjoyed it, and I think Kovu is a great character, Plus, in Dreamlight Valley, if he were there, it'd be really interesting to see what sorts of interactions he would have with Scar, since obviously he didn't get to interact with Scar at all in Simba's Pride. So why do I think Kovu's chances are low? Well, I think despite his popularity would be a somewhat similar reasoning to Varian, because again, he was not in the original movie that was on the big screen. Like, maybe if Lion King 2 were a movie on the big screen and not a direct-to-video sequel, then Kovu's chances would be way higher. But I don't know if Disney is going to let Gameloft dive into the direct-to-video sequel material at all. Plus, we already have a number of other Lion King characters that should be coming to the game but aren't in there yet, because we have Scar right now, but we've seen Simba in the trailer and he was in the Avatar demo, plus Nala and Timon and Pumbaa, who all deserve to be in, so I don't know how many more characters they'd want to add after that. Now we got Lotso Bear from Toy Story 3. Out of all the characters I'm talking about in this video, I feel he has the highest chance of making it, but even then, I don't think the chances are all that high. So he is a villain too for Toy Story, which is a good thing for him if he were to actually make it into the game, so he stands out a bit more compared to the rest of the cast. But if we get any more Toy Story characters besides Woody and Buzz, I think it would have to be Bo Peep and Jessie. So I don't know if they would add a fifth character. Makes me wonder if even Forky might have a better chance than Lotso, since Forky would kind of represent Toy Story 4. But with Lotso in particular, I'd be intrigued to see how they would handle his storyline in Dreamlight Valley. Because with Toy Story 3, in the final act, it does make him look pretty irredeemable, but I can't help but wonder if, with how hard karma bit him in the end, if that could actually push a new perspective on life and kind of start a redemption arc in Dreamlight Valley. Alright, now onto the last character on this list, and it probably pains me the most to admit it, but Jim Hawkins from Treasure Planet probably doesn't have a high chance of making it into Dreamlight Valley. I also think John Silver should make it in if Jim did make it in too, but I'm just gonna put Jim here because he is the protagonist of the movie. So Treasure Planet is definitely very much slept on. I highly recommend you give it a watch if you like action movies, and if you've already seen Atlantis: The Lost Empire, then you'll like this one too, because it is actually quite similar in how that movie goes about with its plot and everything, because I did see Atlantis first a number of years ago, but man, there's just so much potential. I think especially if there was a Treasure Planet realm, it would look so gorgeous with this game's art style. But I don't know if Disney really wants to acknowledge Treasure Planet anymore, other than just having it on Disney Plus. Though with Atlantis, they did at least give that movie some acknowledgement, what with the Atlantean texts that you can unlock and that hidden cave on Dazzle Beach. So I don't know, maybe eventually they'll add some Treasure Planet references, but for now I am not holding my breath. At least when on Twitter they do ask what characters we'd like to see in Dreamlight Valley, some do reply saying Treasure Planet characters, so maybe they could still make it in due to really popular request. Alright, so there we go. There's 5 characters that I would love to see in Disney Dreamlight Valley, but probably won't make it in. So feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Would you like to see those characters as well? And do you have any other ideas for characters that you would like to see in the Valley, but aren't very realistic wishes either? I'd be very curious to see which ones you'd bring up. And be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!